Hey everyone! I hope that you're all having a great day and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and I am seriously thinking about throwing this bad boy away. Or at the very least, relegating it to the back of my closet somewhere. And if you're a woman on a calorie restricted diet, I think you should consider it too. Here's why. Unless you are a recently thawed ice man or woman, or maybe you just haven't looked up from your game of doodle jump since like 2009, you've probably noticed that the world is pretty obsessed about weight and body image too, yeah. The second you step on that scale, you are judging yourself. If you lose a pound, you're ecstatic. When you gain a pound though, you're sure that you've done something horribly wrong somewhere and then you feel down the entire day because of it. For most people on a diet, that diet is what you think about more than anything else on most days. I'm so hungry. Or what should I eat for lunch? Or will having a piece of my coworker Carol's birthday cake undo all the progress I made this week? And when your diet is your everything, that number on the scale is the center of your everything. For many women, that number on that scale is a big part of what defines us. But men don't do this. Have you noticed? Men seem to thrive under a strict self-weighing regimen. According to a study published in November of 2018, self-weighing every day meant losing more weight. But 78% of that study was male. Talk about a crappy sample group. Ugh. Another study done earlier showed that self-weighing as it relates to things like body image is actually quite a bit more complicated than that. Today, I am going to forgo my usual board for the back of this scale. Oh, how cool is that? It's themed. Among women, more frequent self-weighing was associated with greater appearance orientation, overweight preoccupation, and shape concern. Among men, more frequent self-weighing was associated with greater body area satisfaction, health and fitness orientation, and positive health evaluation. So men thrive on weighing themselves every day, whereas women fill their heads with negative self-talk and judge their self-worth each and every day based on what they see on that scale. Oh yeah, and maybe gain an eating disorder along the way too. And that's not even the extent of the damage that we do to ourselves, although it may be the most harmful. We may have a celebratory treat, rewarding ourselves for our fantastic work. Or we may have that same treat out of frustration or to subconsciously sabotage ourselves if we didn't get the results we wanted. I don't know about you, but I am huge into self-sabotage, or my subconscious is. Whatever. 200 to 199, those two numbers seem light years apart psychologically, simply because of that first number changing. So how many times have I gotten to like 202 only to stall or plateau, then self-sabotage out of absolute frustration because that number doesn't move for 2 weeks or 3 weeks? But really, what difference do those 3 pounds make when you've already lost 20, 30, 15, or a bunch of weight? Why do those 3 pounds matter so much to me? To us. I know I'm not alone in this. Of course, there's tons of reasons why that number on the scale may not accurately represent your progress. Hormones, especially for us women, hormones can cause your weight to fluctuate all over the place. Sodium consumption. If you eat salt, you are going to hold on to water. Carbohydrates. Yep. They can also make you carry water weight too, due to glycogen binding to water molecules. The time of day. Consistently weighing yourself at the same time of day is important, but in the morning is usually best. The scale that you're using. Your hydration level. How much water have you had to drink that day? Or if you're weighing yourself first thing in the morning, how much water did you drink the day prior? Visits to the toilet. Yep, how well you emptied your bladder. Or if you've pooped today. Can also factor in. But goals are good, you may be saying. Stephanie, I need goals. Of course you do. Goals are actually pretty necessary when it comes to this stuff. Tracking your weight gives you accountability and feedback, and it can serve as a source of motivation as long as that number is moving in the right direction, right? It's only weighing yourself daily that might be distressing if you don't see that number change, or it can even have a negative impact on your motivation. I should clarify, by the way, that these concepts I'm talking about obviously only apply to when you are on a restrictive calorie diet. If you're looking to maintain your weight, dust off that scale and take it out from the back of the closet and use it to keep tabs on things. But make sure that you're using an acceptable weight range from your ideal weight of at least plus or 5 pounds, maybe a little bit more than that if you're a woman because of hormones, rather than focusing on just one number. So, how are you supposed to track your progress if you're not weighing yourself ever or not as frequently? There's actually a ton of more accurate and less frustrating methods to see how you're doing. Body composition. There's a lot of different ways of doing this, from dunking yourself in a tank to sitting in a bod pod or standing on a scale and having electricity flow through your body. It doesn't hurt, don't worry. I've tried it. And some may even be offered at your local gym. You could also try asking your doctor if they can do it for you or give you a referral to somebody who can. Tape measurements. All you need for this is a tape measure. How your clothes fit. The easiest of all. Keeping a fitness journal. Keep track of your weights and your strength gains if you're doing strength training. Keeping a wellness journal. Keep track of how you feel today and track your trends as you start to feel better. If only we could take snapshots of how we feel today and go back and feel that way again later. I suspect that this would be the absolute best tool for motivation that you could ever think of. And somebody needs to invent this, by the way. So imagine you've lost 20 or 30 pounds and you've plateaued and you're starting to think, oh God, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I'm losing my motivation. And then you go back and you feel again what you feel like today. You're going to be like, holy crap, I used to feel like this. Okay, this is working, moving along. I'm good, thanks. So this is where that wellness journal idea comes in. And it's one of the things that I'm doing this time around. I want to convey to myself the crappiness of how I feel due to carrying extra weight. For example, my feet felt like I was lugging an elephant around all day today. Or my knee keeps feeling like it's going to give out on me. Or I can't bend over without my stomach getting in the way. But also the good stuff. Like, I went outside today and I played with my kids, played tag and all kinds of stuff for like an hour. And I didn't feel like I was going to die afterwards. There may not be some magical day where you wake up and you suddenly realize, I don't feel these things anymore. It's going to be slow and you're probably not going to notice the changes. But if you journal about it, then you can go back and look and see those differences. So that's the idea. I stumbled upon a nifty app actually called Dailyo. I'll link to it in the description. And this is not a paid promotional thing for them in any way, by the way. I just found this myself. It's going to help me input my mood, events, and notes into a journal on my phone. You could also journal the old-fashioned way, by the way. You can even get little different colored pens and color code your little smiley faces or frowny faces if you're not feeling very good that day or you're feeling great that day. So there's tags that you can click or you can create your own in this app showing what you did that day. And then it plots your mood on a calendar so that you can hopefully see that upward trend as you start feeling better and losing weight. It's meant to just be a quick journaling app. It's not meant for weight loss and a wellness journal. It fit what I wanted perfectly, so I'm going to use it to track my wellness on this journey to better health. And that's really what this should be about anyway, right? Wellness, health, happiness. This isn't ultimately about losing weight. This is about reclaiming my health and my sanity about food and my body. Looking good is just going to be a very fortunate side effect. So, join me. Get rid of this bad boy. All right. don't get rid of it. You're going to need it one day to, you know, once you hit your perfect weight, you're going to need it to maintain. So don't throw it away. But in the meantime, don't let it sabotage you anymore like it does me. Okay, I do realize that I am the one sabotaging myself. Don't worry. But I like to blame my scale. Bad scale. No. Bad. Say subscribe. 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 Oh, this is the burner. Can you put the pan on the burner? Put the pan down on the burner. This is what I'm going to use it for. Yeah. Stir. Oh, such a good stir. Such a good stir.